All right, well, good Friday evening to you. I am David Ernst, First Alert Meteorologist here at WBAY TV, and we are going to be talking about warm weather continuing through this weekend and all of next week. In addition to that, humidity will be going up most of the next 7 days, feeling slightly humid, but it will be a bit muggier on Sunday. That's also when we're going to see a chance for some rain showers. If you're watching this on the WBAY TV 2 Facebook page, good to see you on here. Bruce, good evening to you. We will be doing this on YouTube and can be streamed into our weather and news app. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get this coverage, and we will certainly do that when it comes to severe weather. And speaking of the app, if you don't already have our WBAY First Alert Weather app on your phone, it is free to download and use. And I've got the QR code right beneath my picture here. You can just point a smartphone camera right at that QR code there, and it will take you to the links to download the app for free. You've got interactive radar in there, video updates that are updated multiple times a day from the meteorologists here in the First Alert Weather Center, and then you can get lightning alerts, severe weather alerts, and those kind of things sent right to your phone. As far as things go tonight, no severe weather, no rain in the forecast at all. The only thing you're going to see here, and you don't see any ground clutter, I've got the map cleaned up. That's all that we have overhead right now is just ground clutter. No actual rain showers coming down, and shouldn't be until, well, tomorrow they'll be in western Wisconsin, and then on Sunday is when we will find that activity here. So clouds are on the increase. They've been moving in throughout the day. This is in association with the remnants of Hurricane Francine. There's not much in the way of any tropical nature left of that storm, but still a lot of heavy rainfall ongoing across parts of the Tennessee and Mississippi River valleys. And again, we are seeing the cloud cover coming off of that feature, and it will lead to some additional moisture coming into the area as well. Rain chances here, not all that high, but they will peak on Sunday. As far as things go temperature-wise right now, we are cooling down into the 60s, still holding on to 73 in Appleton, 70 degrees Oshkosh, but most of us are in the mid to upper 60s. So let's check your forecast. First Alert Pinpoint Predictor will make our way through the night and get into your Saturday. And actually, I'm going to have to check this out. I haven't gone in. I probably have to dial my model run back just a second. But let's see. Let's see if we're on the latest one. Yeah, 12Z. So let's just see if the 0Z model has come out. When I'm talking, no, still 18. Model runs come in 4 times a day for the main ones. And so the first early morning one is 6Z. That would be 1 o'clock in the morning for Central Daylight Time. And then there's another one at 7 a.m. That would be the 12Z run. The 18Z comes in at 1 p.m. And then 7 p.m. We get the 0Z run. It's Z time is Greenwich Mean Time. And so I was looking to see if the 7 p.m. one had come in for Predictor. It has not. So this is not quite the latest data. I'll take a look at the 0Z if it does come down before 10 o'clock. And you might see something a little bit different than this at 10 p.m. if you're watching on Action 2 News here in about a half an hour. But you'll notice that we see those clouds streaming overhead throughout the day, and then getting into the late afternoon, some showers pop up into central Wisconsin. There probably would be some thunder in that as well, and that kind of pushes off to the north through the rest of the late afternoon and the evening. But we should be staying dry in eastern Wisconsin, at least on Saturday. And into Saturday night, the clouds continue to roll in, but should be dry. Now, as we look ahead to Sunday, that could be a little bit different story in the area. So we're looking at the possibility for, I won't even call it widespread rainfall, but the better potential for rain. Hit and miss, very isolated in nature the way things are looking right now, but nonetheless there is that chance. So we'll go through as soon as my map wants to load here. So this is early on Sunday morning, so getting into the pre-dawn hours, a few spotty showers around through the morning, not much happening. In fact, this runner predictor is looking very optimistic. I wonder if maybe we just got the 0Z run in. This doesn't look like what we had earlier today, unless I need to change a model time here. So let's dig into this one, and that may be what it is. Well, there we go. Yeah, let's change that to yesterday. And now, so yeah, the 18Z run looked a little too dry for my taste, although, oh, it is a, let's see. Longer range. I think we do have it now on the system now. Cloud builder. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, then let me turn off the, we'll turn off what I was using. Oh, let's see how much, maybe it hasn't all downloaded yet. So this, what you're looking at right here on your screen is the latest model data that's on my system, literally just downloaded. And so it shows some scattered showers up north in the morning, and then it really dries things out during the day. So that would bode well for anybody heading into Lambeau. In fact, it really clear skies out as well. So we'll have to take a look. I will make some decisions here when I put things together for the 10 o'clock show. We'll decide if we want to go with that run or if that looks a little far-fetched compared to how other guidance lines up. Of course, when you're dealing with high-resolution model data like this, it can change quite abruptly from time to time if the model doesn't really have a good handle on how things are going. And so I'll take a look at a few other products here, and we'll make a decision coming up at 10 o'clock if you go with the 0Z or if maybe we lean a little bit more on the pessimistic side in terms of rainfall and keep a few showers on in there. I probably will choose a run that looks a little bit like what you saw earlier this evening, where we do have those spotty showers around just because that's kind of the direction computer guidance has been hedging the last several days, that we do see a little bit of isolated rain in eastern Wisconsin on Sunday and not totally dry with the sunshine reemerging as you saw. So let me pull up my Packers forecast here, and we'll go ahead and call that up. So this is what I'm going with: warm and humid, an isolated shower possible. I would not plan on a washout or anything like that. Instead, what you would be dealing with would just be a brief passing rain shower. Not a bad idea to bring a poncho in with you just in case at Lambeau Field if you're headed in for the Packers home opener. I doubt that you'll need it, but the rain has to come down somewhere, even though it's an isolated chance. It's just a few showers that will be around. Certainly possible that one of those few showers could end up right over Lambeau Field. So better to be prepared. Temperatures will be right around 80 degrees, low 80s at kickoff, and then getting into the middle 80s as the game wears on. So a warm one out there and humid as well. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the dew point temperature on Sunday. So the humidity will be not too bad most days over the next 7. It's looking slightly humid tomorrow, and then Monday through most of next week also into that slightly humid territory. But as far as things go on Sunday, likely that it is a bit stickier with dew points generally in the middle 60s. So it is going to be feeling a little more humid, a little more uncomfortable, especially with that high pushing into the middle 80s there. So, with mid 60 degree dew points and a high of 86, maybe that 86 feels like 87, 88. There's not going to be a significant difference between the actual air temperature and what it feels like. Looking ahead at the rest of next week, the warm air continues. And really, outside of that isolated rain chance on Sunday, there's not much else in the forecast. So keeping it dry through the majority of next week with temperatures largely running in the middle 80s. And then as we look ahead at the 8 to 14-day temperature forecast, you'll notice that as well is going to keep us in the well above average category here for the the next 2 weeks. Now, it looks like next weekend we will get back into some conditions that, maybe I won't call them normal, but at least highs back down in the 70s. But you got to remember, this time of year, the average high temperature is 73 degrees, and we're knocking a degree off of that every 3 days. So, by the end of next week, that average high will be down to 70, 71 degrees, something like that. So even if we're cooling down into the upper 70s, that is still above average, which is where the forecast is headed through the end of the month. So, not necessarily a record-setting finish to the month of September. The record highs, at least this time of year, are still generally in the lower and middle 90s. So even though we're above average, we're not going to be setting any records, although I will have to track out and see what maybe our longest stretch of 80-degree days in September is. It's possible that we would challenge that. We did make it to 81 or 82 today in Green Bay, and I don't see any reason why we wouldn't go above 80 degrees at least over the next 7. unless something really dramatic changes in that forecast. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go through the week ahead. As far as things go right now, let me get you back into the 7-day forecast here. I've got to get a forecast update cut for our 24/7 First Alert Weather Channel. And of course, we've got Action 2 News coming up here in about a half an hour at 10 o'clock. And it's a Friday night, so that means Operation Football. We've got all those local games covered for you. Hope you have a great rest of the Friday night and a good weekend. See you next week.